Hello Virgo, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship with someone. This could have been in the past. This could also be a current relationship. For others of you, this could be a situationship or someone that you've met and you know there's a whole lot of energy there, a lot of chemistry, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self during the reading to get the answers that we need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I do have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. Interesting, Virgo, we have here the majority of the cards are very positive, which is great. There's just two cards here that are slightly dark and dreary. But that is your person of interest now because you got the mystery card here. This is my past life card or just a spiritual card that you both are a spiritual connection. This also means that you could also be feeling these feelings and emotions. You both are reflecting off of each other. You are mirroring each other. The energy that you feel, they feel as well, and vice versa. First card's the strongest. We have here selfhood, followed by crossroads. After that, we have play, doubt, compassion, relationship, mystery, surrender. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have fear. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Virgo, I see you now as someone who has moved on, someone who was once wounded, but you have picked yourself up. And yes, I like what I see, but I also feel intimidated by you because of the success, because of the change that I see. It appears to me now that you are more self-sufficient, self-reliant, independent. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. Maybe you never did. But I also see you being very guarded. Once bitten, twice as shy. Certain things that I have said and done, they've had a negative effect on you. I can't change the past and change what I've said and done. I do know that whatever I did affected you in this way. And so you act out those feelings, those emotions. It's hard for me to connect with you now because you have moved on. We are not on the same page anymore. I also feel that in this connection, there's a crossroads that I'm at. There is a point now where I'm at a crossroads and there's this decision-making process that I'm going through in my mind. A part of me wants to make the decision, and a part of me doubts that you would even want to be with me. The part of me that wants to move forward, the reason why I want to move forward, is because to me you are my best friend, and I don't want to lose you. I feel, being with you in your company, you are someone who is very kind, loving, caring, and protecting, but someone who is very fun. With you, I feel alive again, young again, vibrant again. And I also feel that in this connection, the things that I have said and done, and the things that I never said that I should have, the things that I never did that I should have done, these things pile up over time. And all the negative things that are on one side, they outweigh the good. I was not good to you. This is truly why I wonder, why would you even want to be with me? I have doubts. Doubts about this relationship and what is to move forward. I do feel compassion. I feel compassion for you. I feel that in this connection, I have put you through a lot. You have been through a lot. You have experienced a lot. And now I find myself feeling empathy, compassion, even sympathy, knowing what it is that you have gone through, but also realizing that I'm the one who put you through it. Many moons, many nights have gone by where I've stayed awake, lying awake in bed, staring at the ceiling, sometimes staring at the stars and at the moon. I realize now that in this connection, you are someone who is very special and someone who is very loved. I want to be a part of that. I want to be loved. But I also want to love you. And I sometimes feel envious. I wish I was on the other side, and I wish I was in that friend circle, the people who love you the most. It's very difficult for me to take a step back. It's very difficult for me to imagine how anything between us is possible. But I feel this strange pull. And this pull, I feel, is a spiritual bond. We are somehow bound together spiritually. So much has happened, and I feel that there is a reason why you were put into my life. And I question the heavens and the universe now. Why now? Why not before? Why not long ago? Or why not far into the future? Were we meant to be together? Right now. Are we supposed to be together? There's something familiar about you that I just can't put my finger on. It's as if I've known you from before, as if you're familiar in some sort of way. And I have noticed sometimes when you're not there, I can smell your scent. I can feel your presence, even though you are not there. I also feel the sense of belonging, where I belong to you and you belong to me. So much has happened, and the sense and feeling of belonging, it's strong. It's vast. I feel as if I have surrendered, and I want to surrender my mind, my heart, and my body to you. I do feel that in this connection, if you were to lead, then I would follow. Overall, I feel fear. Everything that has happened in this connection, I feel fear, I feel guilty, I feel paranoid. Paranoid. There's a part of me that feels very nervous when I think about you. A long time ago, it may have seemed as if I was very wise, confident, that I had a lot of self-esteem. But now I've lost all of that. I've lost my confidence, my self-esteem, and I feel very insecure. A part of me feels that, you know what? I'm unworthy of you. You deserve better. This can't be possible, that you and I be together. For now, this fear is what keeps me away, and I also feel intimidated by you. This fear that I feel, it is anxiety and beyond, nervousness. Right now I'm at a crossroads, and I do know that at some point in time I need to make a decision. I need to make up my mind. I'm hoping that at some point that will happen. All right, Virgo. It's this person, it's a very different type of reading here. You do have somebody who knows that they have to move forward, but they have deliberately put their life and put the actions that they're taking on pause. Part of it's because they are very, very nervous around you. They feel very intimidated. They feel that you deserve better, that they are unworthy. And here with the relationship card, it definitely talks about how they want to have that relationship with you, but they also view this particular relationship, Virgo, as a spiritual connection, which means some of you may be twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners, maybe even more. These are the top 3 that I've seen that are the most intense. And for some of you who are interested, I do past life readings. If you are unable to let go of this person, if you feel that you are obsessing over this person, doesn't matter how long you knew them, you could have just met them for one day, but you're obsessing over them, then that is definitely a spiritual connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be past life, but the majority of the readings that I've done, and I do readings for past life connections, the majority of them have been set in the past. There's only a few of them that are in the future, meaning that the both of you are not scheduled to be together yet, but eventually you will be at some point in time. All right. Let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. Interesting. So with this deck, what I like to do, this is a different type of deck. With this deck, I like to read in the reverse, and I like to read a little bit back in time. So what happened in this connection in the first place? Things were going great, but then all of a sudden something happened and everything just kind of went downhill from there. And you're wondering what happened. This person may never have given you the closure that you deserved. They may have abandoned you. They may have ghosted you. They may have faded over time. This could be someone who is breadcrumbing you. And once upon a time, the communication was great, but now there's hardly anything. Maybe they told you, maybe they didn't. Here, I will be explaining to you what it is that was in their heart and in their mind. Please keep in mind the first set of cards that I just looked at, that is the current status. These, right now, are things that happened in the past. And like I said, I do read them in the reverse. You're dealing with a person here who did have masculine energy, or they tried to be the alpha. They showed off as if they were very mature, they were very wise, and they had a lot of integrity, but this is the problem. They ended up being an individual that you just didn't really recognize. They were unable to live up to ideals and dreams. They were unable to have that control over any type of aspiration that they had. They had aspirations, they had goals, they had ambitions, but they also felt that they just couldn't do it. They felt that they were being restricted, not because of external things, but because of the limitations that they had within themselves. Or within themselves. Here we have emotional maturity. So there's a lack of emotional maturity, there's a lack of wisdom, and this person had a lack of integrity. But in the beginning, Virgo, when you were connecting with this person, they may have seemed as if they were very wise, they were very mature, and they had a lot of integrity. But then things changed. The card suggests here, and this is huge, the need to stop fantasizing and get to work. Inconsistency and unreliability. Those two words are huge. So inconsistency and unreliability. This person was unreliable and they were not consistent when they were saying things, doing things. So this is pretty bad because it seems as if you really were in a connection with somebody that you thought was a king, but it turns out that they were very much like Page. A lack of maturity there. Here we have tradition. If I can find it. Okay, found it. Tradition. Now, guys, this talks about beliefs. So not only are you dealing with somebody here who appeared and was trying to show off as if they were very wise, but they were not. Now you know that. They were unreliable. They were inconsistent. We also had a problem with tradition, structures, conformity, and rituals. Here, this person didn't want to follow established social structures. Here, they did not want to satisfy people in terms of long-term committed relationship. They did not like what the world thinks of what life should be like with another person. They were aware of the public image and the desire to control it. They didn't want to be controlled. They wanted to be the person who's controlling their own image with you. They were being very rigid. Here it talks about how this person wanted to throw out old social structures that constrain. There was fear of unconventional ideas and the ways of approach, non-conformity. So you're dealing with somebody here who wanted to be footloose and collar-free, basically. This person may have seemed very mature in the beginning, but they turned out to be quite immature. Not only that, but I also see them acting in a way where everything that they were doing was not according to what you thought was traditional. Tradition for many people is so different. On average, the feeling that people have is usually, okay, let's get together, let's have a long-term committed connection. But this is something that might have been that type of a connection, which is like an open relationship. You know, we'll be together, but we can also see other people. Or we can be together, but I'm not going to marry you. We're not going to move in together. It's a lack of promise. It's a lack of commitment, the type that is traditionally known around the world. It's a lack of that, and that's something that caused the problem here. All right. So I'm going to have a look at another deck here. This is the Beginner's Tarot. Here I'll be looking into any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have. Towards you. Let's have a look. A lot of struggle here. Very overwhelmed. Ooh, and we have the Queen of Swords. They do feel that what they did to you, they feel that what they did to you has changed you. And similar to the first card that we had, but we have a very nice card here. Hermit. Now, some of you may not like Hermit because it does mean this person's not really talking, but for something that's long-term, Hermit really is amazing to have because it does talk about how this person is starting to reflect, a lot of self-reflection. And only then can change come. Let's have a look. We have here the Nine of Wands. The issue that your person of interest is having right now, they are very, very overwhelmed by certain things that they have taken on. So, for example, they have taken on some jobs, chores, responsibilities, tasks. They are stuck in a set of circumstances that just can't change. And this here shows me that they are aware of this now, and they are trying to break down certain things, and they are trying to build up certain things. If they can let go of a few things, that would be great, and then they can have time for you. But here I do see them being so overwhelmed that they need time for a break. Otherwise, they will be so overwhelmed they won't be able to handle anything else. So here I do see them putting up some boundaries, but also breaking down some boundaries. Why are they doing this? Because they realize that what they've done to you has actually changed you as a person. They do feel that they've hurt you. They feel that anybody in your position would feel jaded. That is what they feel. And they see you in this light. Now, you might not be cold-hearted. You might not be distant, per se, but to them, because there's distance between the both of you, they just assume that anybody in your position, with whatever this person did to you, you would be a cold-hearted individual waiting for them to come to you, next to you, close to you. And here we have a sword. The person's angry. They are very upset. So seeing you in this sort of environment or this sort of mood, which is something that they have envisioned, they hesitate coming forward. They hesitate. And they know that you are not like this. You're usually not like this. You're very soft, Virgo. Very soft, gentle, very loving and accepting. A lot of compassion. However, they see that they've actually changed you because of the things that they have put you through. Your nature started to change and adjust accordingly. And they see this now. A wish that they have and the intention that they have is the sun. Being like the sun, happiness, prosperity, freedom, growth, love. This person wants a life like this. They want to be like this. They want to be in that sort of an environment. But they realize now that if they want to have the sun and the life that is beautiful under the sun, they need a lot of healing and self-reflecting. Here, with the Hermit card, expect that this person is not going to be talking to you for a while. Do I see any actions here? Honestly, no, not here. There's an intention, though. The intention is to be with you happily ever after, but they know that there is a lot of struggle. There's a lot of things that they have to overcome before they even are able to do anything like that with you. You see here with the Hermit card, they are forcing themselves into isolation, into loneliness, keeping distance from you and even the everyday world to regain balance, to understand, to have that quiet time. This is a period wherein they're going to be contemplating life, the meaning of life, the meaning of what they do. Why did they do this to you? Why did they act in this way? Why could they have not just been genuine, kind, compassionate, and open? Why couldn't they be consistent and reliable? Right? Why did they have to act as if they're someone that they're not? So they are going to question themselves. They're going to wonder, why do I do this? And hopefully they'll find a solution. They'll find an answer. But this is a lot of self-reflection, and it takes time. Virgo, this type of thing takes time. These are lessons that people learn in life, and it's not an on-off switch. It's not an every day we turn into a different person. No, it is going to take weeks or even months, maybe even years, for somebody to change the way that they feel, even their beliefs may be different. Here we have Page of Pentacles, the overall arching theme, not bad. This person does have a massive crush on you. They do feel you are very sensual, very sexy, and they do admire you mostly for your looks. They are in love with you for your looks. And yes, they are in love. Here we have this feeling of being in love. It's being suppressed. With the Sun, I do see eventually certain things changing. Now, the Page of Pentacles does talk about an offer. Even though the offer is not coming from a king, a queen, or a knight, but in fact a page. It's a little offer, but it's an offer none the least, right? Some of you may be expecting something huge. But the problem is, this person can't do that because they are not in the right state of mind or personality. They're just not that person. That's exactly why they have put themselves into this hermit mode, because a part of them is aware that what they have done, it was wrong. And in order to get to the sun, they have to go through a bit of darkness to appreciate the light. Here, I do see this person is not going to be talking much. There may be some boundaries here, some distance. And if this is the case, it is important for you to just let this person do what they need to do. You don't chase them. You don't ask them questions. You let them do what they are doing to find their peace. All right. I have here Archangel answer cards. I'm just going to do a quick prayer. All right, these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Interesting. You have a timeline here. Oh boy. Now, in this deck, we only have 2 cards that talk about your physical health, but also this talks about your emotional, spiritual, physical. For me, it's the mind, body, spirit, and the soul. All of that makes up you. You're special. There's so much of you. You have 2 cards. This deck only has 2 cards that refer to that, and you have both of them here, and it is related to your health. Now, like I said, it doesn't have to be just the body, okay? First card is the strongest. We have here not the right time. So some of you, Virgo, you may be wondering, what is it that you have to do and when are you supposed to do it? Here, they're saying whatever you're thinking of, it's not the right time. Because it's going to take time. That's why it's not the right time right now. Right after that, we have recovery. So that's good news. There's going to be a sense of recovery. You have gone through a few things. And here it is suggested that you start to focus on yourself because there is going to be recovery. However, in order for you to recover, the environment also has to change. The mindset has to change. Everything that you've been thinking about. It's hard to be in the same circumstances and have a different result, right? You have to change the circumstances. So here, one of the priorities is definitely recovery, followed by abundance. There is going to be abundance in this connection. Now, there's 2 things. This could be related to actual love, but it could also be related to money. Money. Abundance will flow. There will be abundance coming to you. But it will come if you believe. Now, this is you manifesting that. This is you putting out that positive intention into the universe, but also knowing that it is practical. It has to be practical. We have here success. There will be success in this connection. There is actually going to be success. It will happen in perfect timing, which means divine timing. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. When is this going to happen? We actually have a timeline here for the majority of you within the next few months. Now, I find that interesting. Within the next few months, certain things are going to change. Here we also have improving health, the overall arching theme. Now, as I mentioned before, Virgo, health is your mind, body, spirit, and your soul. And here it is going to improve, which for some of you means that your health was bad. It had declined. This was, I'm seeing anxiety, stress, and depression. I'm seeing also just the word illness. And whatever it is, this connection, if it went downhill for you guys, it just made the situation worse. And that's why it's like playing with your heartstrings, tugging at them, tugging at your heartstrings, and doing things, saying things, promising things that never really came true. This, for some of you, has hurt you, and you actually thought that this person was very promising, and it turns out that they were not. But they are trying, and it's going to take time. And here it is suggested that you take a step back, let things happen organically the way that they're supposed to. But also, health is wealth, health is happiness. If you don't have health, you really can't do much in life. It's so important for you to focus. And remember, guys, they know that this person is going to take their old sweet time, okay? And this is exactly why you got, the first card's the strongest here, but you have the overall arching theme here. This is the overall arching theme. Improving health. The health part is important here, okay? So please do pay attention to your intuition, pay attention to your body. Do what you need to do to become healthier. Now, I did want to just tell some of you, if you are interested, well, I want to tell all of you, I do have on my website, you can have a look at my website, link it's below. It's www.asnointia.com. Go to the rates and packages section. So I do personal readings, guys, yes. And I do past life readings, which is very much associated to this particular reading. If you find it difficult to let go, if you're finding it hard to move on, and if you're obsessing, that is also something I would recommend to look into. If you want a past life reading, I do that. Please keep in mind, not all of the time are they past lives. They could be set at a different place and time. Now, if you're placing an order, please read the description, because you will know exactly what it is that you're going to get. You can expect just that, okay? I do love readings, yes. And the type of readings I have currently, that is an audio plus a PDF. So you actually get me speaking. And you have that for the rest of your life if you want. And I also give you this PDF, and it's very lengthy, and it is a lot of detail. So it's very helpful for the people that do place orders. Now, what I wanted to get at was the chakra checkup. That is what's here. So that is something completely different. That's not related to love. That is related to you and your success. I like doing that package because it helps me help you get rid of negative energies. When I say negative energies, these are jinns, demons, evil spirits, things like that, negative things that are around you. So I do have the ability of having a look remotely in your home, around your aura, and inside of your body, which is your chakra centers. I also get Angel Fakiel to help me with that. We confirm the numbers. So I tell you what you have, how many you have, and I teach you how to get rid of them. The reason why it's important to get rid of negative energies is because they block. Remember, you had the abundance, remember? They block the abundance from coming into your life. That's the problem. And remember, you also have the I believe, if you believe. Now, you can only believe and manifest something if you don't have negative energies around blocking you. These negative energies have a job, and they do it well, and they block us. It's a road of manifestation, but they're like the boulders and the rocks, and I just help you get rid of them so that anything that is owed to you karmically, anything that is written in your book of life originally, that will come to you. But because we live on planet Earth, just above and below the surface of the Earth, we have negative energy, so we are all affected. In many different ways, we do get affected. Please place an order if you feel that there's something like that, or even something that is negative energy in your home. If you feel there's like black magic or anything like that, sleep paralysis, even haunting, strange things like that, that you feel very uncomfortable with that energy, this package will help you get rid of that, and it'll create a better balance in your life. I also have, guys, some self-help guides, okay? So have a look at that. Some of you may find them really interesting as well. And my other channel, for those of you that are finding it difficult, letting go and moving on, I finally have that video up, and there's 2 parts to it. So please, I encourage you to have a look at it. It's always good for your knowledge. Just because you're not in that situation, I still encourage you to gain that knowledge and to have it so that, you know, if and when something like that happens, you know, you automatically just know, oh, this is what this is all about, and this is the step I should take. I recommend that some of you do have a look at that. It's about letting go and moving on. I talk about why we should let go and how to even move on. And that is on my other channel, Asnointia Audio. The videos there are absolutely free. That's on YouTube. The link is also below. It's free just like this channel. And please do write in the comments. I would love to hear if this has resonated with anyone. I do read the comments and I try to reply as much as I can. The comments that you guys write, sometimes I do use that information almost like research, and I do create other content, knowing what many people are going through, the common things that people go through. On the other channel there, I have on Asnointia Audio videos on past life and spiritual connections. I have relationship related advice because I do have other videos, as well as one that is on negative energies. If some of you feel that that is kind of overtaken your life, and mostly it's due to trauma. Actually, there's a lot of energy that's stored inside and it just doesn't release, and it just keeps adding on as years go by. It could be any form of trauma from anything that has happened in your life. So please have a look at it. You'll find it very interesting. That particular video that I do have, it's called What and Who Are Negative Energies, How to Recognize and Remove Such Things from Your Life. So hopefully you guys can have a look at that, and please do like, share, and subscribe to that channel as well as this. I'm hoping for this one. I know it's been a while. There were some changes in YouTube and I couldn't understand it. I'm truly not very technical savvy, so I had to get someone else to help me. But now hopefully I'll be back on track and more regular with my readings, you know, at the proper time. So I do appreciate you guys and the patience that you guys have shown, and the encouragement, the commitment, the support, the fact that many of you are still here. I know it was really bad a while ago, but I'm going to try to keep it more consistent. All right, guys. Virgo, thank you so much for tuning in. Please let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys again. Take care. Stay safe. Bye now.